All right, it's time, finally. Time to unbox some more goodies we got from the folks over at Langmuir Systems. 2 more Arc Flat tabletops. Well, I had 2. I got a leg kit, and then they sent me another tabletop and another leg kit. So we're gonna bolt 3 3x2 fixture tables together to make a 3x6 fixture table. So we're gonna be looking at the quality of their bolt kits, the slab, fixture tables themselves, and the leg kits, and how it all works together in one big system. Plus, it's Monday. In 2 days, the new Shop Saver is showing up, so this stuff's in the way. So what better way to get it out of the way than assemble it, put it all together, and see what it's like to use.
Because this is garbage. This hurts me to look at.
I don't know, dude. It feels pretty cool.
All right, you know this will be good for your JDM shift knob right there.
All right, screw you.
Take the beer tap off. We'll put one of those on there.
All right, here. Aaron's wasting time sorting through files, but
My filing
I'm starting to. Oh God, I regret my turn this way. All right, here's the leg from the leg kit. So you've got captive nut underneath for the included leveling feet. You get the idea. Those go into there. And then on the other side, you've got 4 threaded holes and a bigger hole. I'll explain what that's for later. 4 threaded holes that correspond with the 4 big holes. They're actually 4 countersunk holes on the face. You got these, you got the main fixture holes themselves, but you got the 4 countersunk holes on the face for the included Allen hardware. It'll look like that when it's all done, but I will show you how to assemble it. Okay, so now it's time to look at the precision bolt kit here. Comes with this. You need to look at the instructions. These are the instructions. Comes with a QR code. Ugh, I hate the QR code. Everything's a QR code. Okay, so now I have a digital version of the installation instructions for the Arc Flat Precision Bolt Kit. Okay, so I've been reviewing these instructions, and these quote-unquote liquid shim bolt kits are very interesting. So here's what comes in the precision bolt kit from Langmuir, are these wild-looking bolts. So it's essentially a threaded rod with 2 O-ring grooves, and then like a grease fitting on the end, and 2 holes in the very center. So apparently, what happens is you put the fixture tables together, and then you bolt them together with this, and the O-rings seal. One O-ring seals in one table, the other O-ring seals in the other table, and then what you do is you clamp all the tables, clamp a strong back basically across the tables to make sure they're all coplanar, and then you would fill the gap to ensure the top surface flatness is maintained. You use the Arc Flat Liquid Shim Bolt Kit. These special bolts make it possible to inject liquid shim material, a 2-part epoxy resin, into the joint immediately surrounding the bolt. Once the material is cured, the bolts can then be torqued without the gap closing up. So essentially, what you're at risk of, and I'll see if I can show you my phone, what you're at risk of is a slight gap because the tops and the sides of the tables are only guaranteed within 0.1 degrees of each other. So if you rely on the skirt of the table to keep everything square, it may not work. And so it looks like the engineers over at Langmuir came up with a system where you can essentially, almost like pouring Babbitt bearings back in the day, where you could fill a gap of uncommon size with a liquid that then hardens into a solid to take up the space. I was not provided any 2-part epoxy, so I'll either use my own 2-part epoxy or not do it right now. I think what I'm gonna do is just carry on with getting this middle slab lowered in position in between these two other slabs. I'll loosely set my bolts in, figure out how I want it all, and I guess just decide if I want to carry on with the epoxy. I can always do the epoxy part later. Really, I'm just trying to get things out of the way for when the new table comes here. So I'm just gonna assemble them like this. If it's flat, great. If it's almost flat, probably great. We'll see how we go. Never seen stuff like this before. Okay, so Franken table's starting to take shape. Again, I'm not sure if they recommend to do them like this, but when Aaron brought it up, I got all excited because it offers a lot of neat possibilities. You've got this interior 90 here. You've got this nice little kiosk area over here, where if you got parts all around you, you can sit and access lots of welding area. So I'm gonna continue with bolting up like this, and the next part of the directions they say, which makes sense, is to get some pieces of steel and clamp them across the joints to get everything collinear. So I'm gonna do that now before I tighten up my fasteners, just to get it as flat as possible. Okay, I'm going to talk about two things at the same time. All right, this is the last and final, those are the same word, time we will be talking in this way about the Langmuir tables. It's been a journey. So they sent me one, or one and a half. They sent me 2 slabs and 1 leg kit. So I set them up with what I had. I used them a lot. I used the single table for that not MR2, open wheel race car control arm thing that we did.
Click right here.
Right there. And then I used the legless slab on my table for that MR2 strut brace. Both incredible use cases. The fellas from Shop Saver and Paul over at Langmuir reached out. Basically, they were like, does this guy need anything else? And I was like, you know, I think the biggest selling point about this system is the modularity. Is the ability to bolt them together and create different layouts. Me, having blank canvas anxiety, would have probably just bolted all 3 of these together in a straight line. But Aaron over there, he knew it was coming, he was ready, suggested this sort of arrangement, and I love it because it effectively increases the width by about a foot, because in theory you can make a rectangle and it's supported on every edge, and it can be wider than 3 feet. You also have this fun little, like, almost welding kiosk that we've built that you can sort of, you know, you have 180 degrees of welding freedom. And then, I don't know, you've got little interior 90s, you've got, clamps can live in here, not stick out, all kinds of stuff. So because we put them together in this layout, it sort of prompted a redo of this entire corner of the shop. See, this is the fun part about buying tables that you're excited about, and like new pieces of like fabrication cornerstone, like things that you're gonna use every day. You get to like push yourself out of the trenches you've lived in for 2 years. Like this table has been in the exact same spot right here ever since, like it was the first thing in here, like ever since we started this shop. It's the first table I ever built for myself. This was in my house shop before here. So Aaron and I yesterday, I have a video here, you can put picture in picture, sliced 9 inches off of each edge of this table with the oxy acetylene torch so that it can fit sideways here and still have enough room on each side. Because I didn't want to get rid of it, but it's like not precision really when you compare it to our like super nice precision tables that we have now. Thank you, Langmuir. Go get you one. So, and actually the edges were the ones that were like curled off. So we cut the edges off. So it's flat enough. But I think what we're going to do is put a lot of our metalworking tools on here, like that brake, shear, arbor press, that roller, and kind of make this a almost carousel of metalworking tools. And then when you want to do precision fixturing, welding, clamp down stuff, you have this table, we have this table, And of course, Jake built his new fixture table over there. So there are other modular fixturing tables out there, but at the price point of these Langmuir system tables, it's kind of hard to beat, because even if you're building your own fixture table, sheets of steel and access to a plasma or laser cutter can be expensive. These are cast and machine precision fixture tables that come ready to go for like 750 bucks. So all three in, 2,400 bucks. We spent almost $1,500 in just raw steel for this. And most of the stuff we build would fit on a table of this size. So I gotta say, for the home gamer or even someone like me who does this for a living, I'm pretty excited about the inclusion of these guys.
Scrub first, then talk.
Yeah, sorry. This is part of my ritual. If I ever have the opportunity, I soak my tables with WD-40. People have asked me how I clean my tables, by the way. I soak them in WD-40. I get this thing and a Scotch-Brite pad and just clean them. And then I'll just take a rag and wipe them down.
I kind of love the smell of WD-40.
I love WD-40.
There's a WD-40 cologne?
Yeah, it's called WD-40.
It smells just like WD-40.
I would expect nothing less.
Casey actually did a video on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So look at that. So there's the most current iteration of our fabrication fixture table setup. Definitely check out these Langmuir system tables. They are one of the most affordable precision cast and machine fixture tables out there. They work with the 5/8 clamp system. Also have these rad clamps, which have quickly become my go-to clamp. Cool thing about these is not only are they straight hold down and adjustable that way, you can pull this guy out of the other part of the clamp and push sideways. So if you're holding a frame together, you're trying to flex something in place, these clamps that they sell in our Langmuir systems are super flexible. And now I have a place for these to live. It's like out of the way, you know what I mean? Like they're not sticking off the side of the table. So anyway, very excited to make this more of a primary fabrication zone. Shout out to Aaron for the rad idea of making this Tetris block arrangement. The bolt kits seem to work nice. The feet are good enough. They're not the best leveling feet in the world. And for some reason they sent me 2 different kinds. Whatever. But I didn't have to go buy feet and I didn't have to make legs, even though I could and I should. I can't imagine the leg kits are very expensive. So get you some. Onward and upward. Corporate chilling.